Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your February no contact love tarot reading. So Sagittarius, we're going to be looking at the person on your mind, the one that you're thinking of during this time of no contact or communication. We're going to be looking at what happened, how do they feel about it, how do they feel about you, what are they doing right now that you need to be aware of, and could things change? All right, Sagittarius, this is for Sag. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, heavy placements, cross watchers, male, female, general collective reading. This is the Soul's Journey Oracle. So I'm going to get some opening messages with this deck. Then we'll jump into your reading. Welcome in, Sagittarius. Welcome in. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe and healthy at this time. If you are new or returning, welcome in, and thank you. My name is Mary, and this is Sunlight Inside Tarot. Keep in mind, Sagittarius, all readings should be considered timeless. This is just when the messages come out. All right, so let's see what your messages are. Well, this is messages regarding, right, the whole situation. Let's see. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Death. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Happiness. I'm aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So you definitely had a relationship with this person. You're definitely either on a breakup. There's been an ending. You know, we do have the death card here. So there is the blame card. So maybe blaming each other or whatever the case may be. But then we have happiness. So I do feel like it was happy, really happy at one time. For some, I don't know, for some I'm kind of feeling like maybe, you know, you both moved on and you're happy now, but you kind of look back and maybe it was lessons and blessings in disguise that you both had to go through in a way. But let's see what the tarot has to say with this. So usually these readings are geared towards, you know, people that are in hopes of getting back together with the person they're in no contact with, you know, especially like if it was a missed opportunity or a breakup or whatever the case may be. But let's see, you know, this one may be a little different, but let's see where the tarot takes us. All right, Sagittarius. So we have the Morgan Greer Tarot. So we'll do your reading with this deck. Then to close it out, we do have the Divine Feminine Oracle. We're going to pull some of those later for some closing messages. So let's just look at the beginning here at the situation. Sagittarius. No contact situation. What do we need to know about it? What do we need to know about it? Sagittarius. King of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles reverse. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. The heck. 2 of Cups reverse. Ace of Cups reverse. Why am I feeling like here, Sagittarius, that this connection developed quickly into a commitment? Because we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest knight, but it's reverse, turning it to the fastest knight. King of Pentacles is kind of a committed energy, basically. So is the 10 of Pentacles. So marriage or commit, whatever. Well, I'm not feeling marriage, but some sort of a relationship happened very quickly. But as soon as it, it's almost like as quickly as it became serious, then it almost ended at the same time. Because we do have the 2 of Cups in reverse, which is the disconnect, and the Ace of Cups. Why am I feeling like, Sag, you questioned getting into a commitment so fast with this person, and then you're like, wait a minute, I don't even know if I love them. The Ace of Cups reverse, right? For some of you, you may have been in a very fast relationship and a very fast breakup, and then questioning like, well, I don't even know if I love this person. I wonder how this person feels. You know, we haven't really been talking, or we just kind of disconnected and never really talked. And you may be just wondering, you know, I wonder how they felt, if they felt the same. That could be why you're watching this too, right? So I will mention the signs as I see them, Sagittarius. So it can be signs in chart people dealing with. If some signs don't resonate, It's totally fine. You can disregard them. Doesn't mean it's not your reading. But we have Virgo, Taurus showing up here. So let's see what's on the bottom. Six of Swords. Definitely about moving on, right? Moving on. So let's see how they feel about the whole situation. How do they feel about the whole, if that resonates? So this reading feels different than my usual readings and how I do this. This one feels different, so it may not be for everybody, so keep that in mind. Let's see. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. It's like holding back, like resistant, but then the offer for the commitment, whatever relationship was here. So they felt a little held back, resistant about it too. But then there also was the new beginning, the Ace of Pentacles. Death reverse, yeah. Six of Swords, but then there's the moving on. And the Five of Wands reverse, which is no conflict. I'm feeling like this person didn't want to speak up and say, well, you know, I don't really know, you know, if this is the right thing to do. I feel like they didn't want any kind of conflict, so they moved forward with this. But then we have, you know, the Death reverse, which is saying also just, you know, keeping, how can I say this, like keep moving forward with the real, it's almost like settling here, but not, it's like both settling and not saying anything. It just keep moving forward. But we're going to see, you know, obviously you're not together right now, so we're going to keep going and see what's happening here. We got Scorpio showing up. Knight of Wands reverse, though. This is a somewhat fast night, turning it, you know, things slowing down, right? Knight of Wands. Interesting. I mean, I settled in my life, and it wasn't the greatest thing either. So that definitely could be something that's happened here. So let's see how they feel about you, Sagittarius. See how they feel about you. How do they feel about you? Seven of Swords. Temperance reverse. That's an interesting combination. Okay. Nine of Wands reverse. The Sun. So, I mean, it doesn't mean that you didn't make each other happy, but I just feel like there wasn't like an overwhelming feeling of euphoria of being in love, right? So it doesn't mean you didn't love this person, but I don't necessarily feel like you were in love with each other. I mean, you were happy together, but there's a difference of being happy together as friends in whatever, and also being in love. Five of Cups reverse. So it could be that you both just didn't want to be alone anymore. You know, were tired of being lonely and deciding to kind of just settle. Because I see the Nine of Wands reverse, which is no blockages. So I feel like this person in the Seven of Swords here, they ran from admitting, because this could be about running, you know, away. They ran from admitting Temperance in reverse is not feeling that balanced soulmate alignment kind of energy. Like they ran from talking about that. Like, well, I don't want to talk about, I don't want to cause any conflict, right? I don't want to cause any struggles here. So we're just going to go along with it here and settle. That's kind of what I feel. Definitely didn't, probably felt like maybe it was better than being alone. Five of Cups reverse, right? We got Sag and Leo. I felt like they did want to tell you, but didn't want to tell you because they didn't want any bad energy, right? Maybe this person doesn't like confrontation either. I feel like you do care about each other. I mean, we do have the Queen of Cups here, which can be about love and falling in love, but it also could be a very caring, nurturing kind of energy, right? Yeah, so on the fence here about love, like, do I really love this person? Like, I want to, like, speak the truth about it. Queen of Swords. But, interesting. Interesting, Sagittarius. Okay. All right, so let's see what they're doing right now, Sag. So if you're wondering, did they feel the same way, and that was not really telling me like exactly what had happened to cause the no contact communication. So maybe finally someone said something and led to the situation that you're in now. All right, so let's see. What are they doing right now? What are they doing right now? Maybe we'll get some answers with that. Sagittarius. 3 of Swords. Feeling disappointed, heartbroken. Tower. That's right now, but it's a slow change. Devil. Ace of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this person... I mean, we do have single energy here, so you're definitely not together. That is for sure. In truth, I feel like they want to talk more about the whole situation. I feel like it's really eating them up. I mean, the devil doesn't always have to be like bad, toxic. This could just be a lot of fear, stress, worry, anxiety, like eating this person up, 3 of Swords, though, is just feeling disappointed. I'm also feeling like this disappointed energy of like, why didn't I just speak the truth from the start, right? And having to go all down this road, which led to the things that happened and where we are now, where it could have all been avoided, Not that it was really bad, but it almost feels like, not that we wasted our time, but... if it wasn't really meant to be and we were just meant to be friends or whatever the case may be, we should have said so, So I feel like they're disappointed in themselves. So maybe they're blaming themselves too. Like, why don't you just tell Sagittarius from the start that, I'm not really sure if we're, a good fit. And even though you felt that way too. Okay. Aries, Capricorn showing up. This is a very different reading than like I said, my usual type, but yeah, we did see this Queen of Cups afraid to talk about love, right? Is there really love here? Are we just settling? Or do you think we're really meant to be? But let's see, I guess how things could change, like what could happen here. Sagittarius. But if it does resonate, I don't know who's going to resonate for, but if it does, please do like comment all the good things. Be greatly appreciated. So one more row of clarifiers, then we'll jump into the Divine Feminine Oracle. Closing messages to see what else you need to know. All right. 4 of Cups. So a lot of discontentment and unsureness about this. Hermit, definitely very single energy. Like wanting to shed light on all the discontentment, in the whole connection here that we were feeling. Things came to an end. 10 of Swords. The Fool is wanting to like reset the energy. Clean slate start. Not that there's going to be a fresh start between you, but let's wipe the slate clean, right? 4 of Swords, so we can heal, or we can just, rest, recuperate, and heal as well. We got Virgo, Aquarius. 3 of Cups. I can be reuniting. Hierophant reverse. I was going to say I don't feel like this is going to be about dating, right? Because we've already been there and realized, we weren't a good fit, but we just kind of settled. So the 3 of Cups could be reuniting, but it's not going to level up into anything more. The Hierophant reverse. King of Swords reverse. Yeah, there's a lot of things not said that need to be talked about here. But strength is, good. I like this. It's about overcoming, being strong, courageous, and brave, taking the lead. So that is good that, overcoming this energy, Right? Healing it. Queen of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Yeah, so there was blocks to this, like, I don't know about this commitment, but, you know, ignoring that, basically. Eight of Wands. About taking action. Nine of Swords, but there's anxiety, right? Hangman reverse is about taking action. Lovers reverse. Yeah, I don't think this is going to develop into a relationship. I don't. But I feel like there's going to have to be a lot of conversations and clearing the air on the whole situation and understanding, like, well, I didn't know you felt that way. Like, bringing a whole new understanding to the connection, right? Which may actually be a good thing, may actually end up being just friends after. But let's see. Let's see what else you need to know, Sagittarius. All right. So we got the Divine Feminine Oracle. So I'm going to pull some of these for your reading. Close it out. See what else you need to know. And also everything else you need to know is down below in the description box. So you can check that out as well. All the links, all the info. It's all there. All right, Sagittarius. What else do we need to know? The Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. And, you know, this could be also about protecting one's heart, not wanting to hurt somebody else. So it's kind of like protecting the whole situation, right? The Morning Star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. What else? Saint of Spoken Words. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of conversations here. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. There's a lot to talk about the story between you, right? And the Pontiff of Possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. So there's new possibilities out there for the two of you, right? I don't think it's going to be together. I'm also feeling, we didn't get the messages come out, but I'm also feeling there's a lot of thankfulness and lessons and growth and expansion that you probably got from each other, even though realizing that this just wasn't a good fit, that, you know, probably should have just talked about it from the beginning, right? But, you know, it is what it is. Actually, you know, obviously it had to happen this way for a reason. Well, Sag, that was different, so I hope it did resonate. But anyway, I am wishing you the best, and I do hope to see you next time.